GNX album review. November 22 or November 22nd, 2024. Kendrick Lamar dropped GNX, which is either a mixtape or an album. I'm not 100% certain. I want to go down the track list real quick because I think it's important. 4 days since the album is dropped. What I want to say 4 days in is this shit is I had it at an 8.5. This shit is a 9 out of 10. It's not a 9.5 out of 10. This is almost, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. This is almost the perfect album. On the Viral podcast, I was saying, I like Kendrick and his Kendrick bag more, which I do. But I had to get out of that thinking and realize what he was trying to do and what his objective here was at hand. Like the fact that he can make an introspective album like To Pimp a Butterfly and then come and make GNX is crazy. Because for years I never knew Kendrick had this even kind of shit in him. We knew he was from where he was from and he's from Compton, but we never really heard him ride on the West Coast beats like that. Because it was the shit that I feel like we grew up listening to house parties too. Like we would go to the function and those are the type of beats and songs that were on when we grew up being from the West Coast. That's what we party to. So hearing Kendrick on them party type records is crazy, bro, especially being for the West Coast. This album is not really for people that's outside the West Coast or they don't like the West Coast sound. With that being said, I think he's still putting the West Coast back on the map because he's made the sounds, be relatable to everybody. A lot of it has to do with the different voices and the words and the certain, things he does and cadences that other LA artists, might not have been able to do. But he was definitely able to make the songs and take the LA sound to the next level, in my opinion. And so to me, it's a 9 out of 10 at this point. There's only one song I don't really even rock with. And I'm not going to say I don't like it because it's not a bad song. It's just not my favorite song to listen to. And that's Gloria for me. Reincarnated, that's my favorite song off the record. I think that's him talking as Pac reincarnated, and then being talking from God to the devil that was thrown out of heaven to come down here, and it's so deep, it's crazy. I love Whacked Out Murals. I love that. I love Dodger Blue. I love songs like Dodger Blue. That reminds me or makes me think of what LA would look like in the late 80s, early 90s. You know what I mean? The sun setting, you in a 5.0 Fox body, dating rims. Like that's the vibes that Dodger Blue gives me. Amazing vibes. Like the whole album is great, honestly, and it continues to grow on me. Now, I understand that it's lacking lyricism and content and deep content matter, but I think the point of the album was to put West Coast music and West Coast sounds on. With that being said, he gave us introspect. He gave us deep shit. He gave us Man in the Garden. He gave us Gloria. He gave us Heart Part 6, talking about his whole life pretty much. He gave us Reincarnated. He gave us those tracks. So out of a 12 song, or how many songs is it? Out of 12 songs, he gave us 3 to 4, you know what I mean? Deep tracks with deep content on it. So to me, this is just another album that proved his versatility and how when he sets his mind to something, he's able to knock it out the park, 10 out of 10. Because even in Reincarnated, he had the pop cadence down to a T, in my opinion. Certain points he raised his voice and showed emotion on a track. That was some student of the game shit. He's really able to go in there and come out, with a finished product that was good. He put lesser known LA artists on here. He had Dodger Blue, which was Roddy Ricch, Siete, Wally the Sensei. I thought that was great, how they both all floated on the track. You got SZA on here a couple of times. Squabble Up is crazy, especially after the visuals drop and you understand all the different Easter eggs about the West Coast in that. It's crazy, right? Like, I like GNX to keep it 100 with Hit a J3 and Peso. I think that's a great song. Like, again, these aren't songs you're gonna say, I'm coming to learn about Kendrick or go deep. This is shit you're gonna bob your head to, which I'm gonna keep it 100. I feel like we've been missing some of, especially on the West. So these songs remind me of going to the function. You at the function with the homies. one of these songs come on, niggas start turning up, shit get out of hand, somebody's shoe gets stepped on, niggas catch a fade, now somebody go to the car, they coming back to air it out, you leaving, you hear shots let off, y'all laughing on the way to wherever, talking about the night was crazy. That's the vibes that a lot of those songs give me. And so maybe it's nostalgia comes into play with some of the beats and cadences that make me feel like, damn, this reminds me of being younger. That's the kind of vibes that those songs give me. So I love them, and it continues to grow on me. I think it's good. And he really took a risk by taking a regional sound and putting it on a mainstream level because we haven't really had anybody be able to do that in a long time. Shit, since Pop, right? Like you look at a lot of Kendrick's albums, and they're not West Coast. Like they not West Coast sounding. You know what I mean? You got the people that's on SoundCloud and people who are gang affiliated that make music that is known in LA, but outside of that, we don't really have it on a mainstream level. So this was great. It showed depth, it showed versatility. I get an album of 9 out of 10. It's grown on me. I think the songs are fantastic. There's really nothing bad to say. I'm gonna run down the track list real quick and just I ain't even gonna do that because I like every song. Whacked Out Murals, I think is great. You got Darea on the front of that. Phenomenal. Squabble Up, like I said, the visuals plus the song and that sample, bro. It's crazy. And I know it's gonna have the old heads and the essays and everybody going crazy. And I can't wait to get outside, honestly, and hear these songs outside on the West Coast. Like I know that's what I'm missing. Like I've heard it in the car, it's going crazy, but I know once I get outside at a spot, it's going to be crazy. Luther is something you could really ride out to. It's beautiful. You can play that back to back, loop that. That's fire. Man at the Garden, he deserved it all. Like it's deep. It's a flip on one mic, I think by Nas. Great. Hey Now featuring Dodie Six. I love that. You could kind of hear that's some Bay Area type shit to me personally with the beat. I fuck with it. Reincarnated already got into that. TV Off. He's been going viral for the mustard shit, right? In my opinion, I like the first half of TV Off better than the second half, right? It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. I like that better than the second part. But overall, shit is fire. Dodger Blue, again, smooth. The lyricism ain't really there. Who cares? This is a vibe. Peekaboo. AZ Chike, he always does this shit on features. He needs more praise too, because he's been on Blue Lips and he's been on Kendrick shit. So he's out here is on the West Coast. He's 6 Man of the Year. He might be. Heart Part 6, great song. Can't say nothing about it. Talks about some of his stories. GNX, I liked it. Tell him Peso did it. Tell him Hitta did it. Tell him Kendrick did it. Gloria, it's okay. Sonically, I'm whatever on it. It's slow. It's a sleeper for me, but you can see the work he put into it. So overall, I think GNX gets a 9 out of 10. This is a great body of work. And he really did one for the West Coast. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar, man. Shout out to TDE. Keep foots on niggas' necks, really. Yeah, man. Without further ado, though, if you guys are watching this, please like, subscribe, man, share. Keep me in the algorithm. If you're watching this, go over to the Viral Podcast, like, subscribe, share. Keep us in the algorithm. I'm Kali the One. I don't know where y'all are going, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Peace.